Hey guys, MD Prepper here. Yet another gun review. This time on the Savage Axis/Edge rifle, bolt action. This was called the Savage Edge back in the day when I bought it last year about this same time. Now they've changed it to the Axis. Same gun from what I've read, just a slightly different name. Don't know why they changed that. I'm going to talk about the caliber of this here in a minute. I think it's got some unique bonuses to it. But we're going to talk about the rifle overall. First of all, this rifle weighs in at about 6.5 pounds, 43.8 inches overall. The barrel is 22 inches. This one is in 223, has a barrel twist of 1 in 9. Comes with a detachable box magazine under here. Holds 4 rounds. You can also hold one in the chamber, so 5 rounds total. I don't actually have any additional magazines for this. Probably need to pick up a few. Long story short, crowned muzzle there, which is a nice addition for a lower end entry level rifle. Comes with the scope that's been bore sighted. It is a 3-9 power by 40, pretty much a generic scope, but works real well and just fine with 223. Really wouldn't worry about damaging this scope with this low end of a rifle. Slightly skeletonized handle here. Silky smooth trigger, which you can feel this. This is as good of a bolt action as I felt on some much higher end rifles that I grew up shooting as a youth. Either way, very, very, very nice. Again, Savage makes good stuff. The safety, big, heavy button. Probably can't see it. Pushes forward, pushes back. Forward to fire, obviously back for safety. The good thing about this thing, if you move it slowly, it's nice and quiet in case you're out hunting varmints or deer, what have you. Good rifle. Bought this last Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving. Here in South Carolina, we have a gun-free holiday weekend on the Friday and Saturday right after Thanksgiving. All firearms, no tax. So I considered it my patriotic duty to go out and buy one of these. At least buy something. Wasn't really thrilled with the idea they had that the camo stock was all they had at the time. Bought this at Dick's Sporting Goods. It's grown on me a little bit for its purposes. Added the sling that matches a little bit. Already had sling swivel studs on it, ready to go. Just a nice little bonus there. Make the thing a little bit handier. Now the thing I really want to talk about is the caliber. You say this is a 223. Well, that's a wimpy caliber compared to a 308 or a 270 or any of the other calibers this thing comes in for the same price. Notably, I paid $279 for this on sale for the whole rifle. I think I spent $6 to $8 on the sling after that. But you say, why 223 when you have something a lot bigger, a lot better? For basic purposes, 223 is one of the cheapest centerfire rounds you're going to come across. Good to practice with. Good varmint gun, and not a bad self-defense gun. Everybody who rocks an AR-15 will talk about the wonderful advantages of this cartridge. I like the AK round better, but hey, this one has its place. For general purpose, if you're teaching a young shooter to shoot, obviously you tend to start off with a 22 rifle, probably something in a bolt action or a semi-auto like a cricket rifle or a Ruger 1022. But what do you want to step up to? Well, a lot of people step up to a lever action 30-30, various other bolt guns. I think the 223 is the best option for a young shooter. It won't scare them off so much. Plus, they're shooting the same round their daddy shoots in their AR-15. Very cool. You don't have to buy extra ammo, and I don't want to teach someone to shoot with an expensive 308 or a 270. Nah, I'd rather teach them with a 223. Much better for that. In a SHTF zombie apocalypse sort of situation, I'd rather have 2 rifles to shoot the same cartridge. Sure, this won't do the same thing as a 308 or a 270, but how much 270 or 308 ammo or 30-06 ammo do you carry versus your 223-556? Well, there's your big deal. You can carry a lot more 223 than you can 308. Yes, a 308 can do more at range, at longer range, can drop bigger game. But honestly, my grandfather, he's deceased now, so I don't feel bad saying this, but he used to hunt deer regularly and take whitetails full size with a 223 hollow point. That is, of course, illegal in a lot of situations, and I think it's illegal here. But good, well-placed shot, you can do it. A 223 will do anything a 22 long rifle will do and do it better. You can deal with bigger varmints, etc. It's a good intermediate transition rifle. In an SHTF, zombie apocalypse sort of situation, you're looking for headshots, not necessarily power of the round. 22 long rifle, probably not going to penetrate a zombie skull. 223, yeah, it'll do the job and do it just fine. Especially once it gets in there, it's going to rattle around a bit and drop whatever you're shooting at. I'd rather be able to carry lots and lots of the same round than have to guess at what type of round and how much I need to carry of my 308 versus my 5.56 or 223. And again, my 5.56 AR-15s, you know, they ship where they eat as far as the blowback recoil mechanism. That's a big problem. If you're taking an AR into a bad situation, you probably don't want to have to stop and clean the thing all the time, but if you want to maintain it, you probably will need to. If you're on top of a rooftop popping off zombies or shooting whatever, I'd probably go to this. You want a good accurate shot. This is going to be better, more accurate than an AR, especially at any kind of range. And you don't have to worry about fouling as much. Again, it's a bolt gun. Will it foul up eventually? Sure. Will that hurt accuracy? Sure. But it's not going to cause a failure to fire like it will in a semi-auto rifle. Also, for reloading purposes in a SHTF situation, get yourself one of those little reloader kits for 223 by hand. You can reload for this real easy with your old spent brass that you fired out of your AR. Just better conservation of ammo and caliber and all that. You don't have to worry about seating the bullet quite as firmly in the cartridge in the case as you would an AR. This works just fine. Again, like the fact that it had the detachable box magazine, you could load up another 4 rounds real quick as opposed to having to thumb them in manually. A very, very good rifle for the low price of $279. If you look around, you can find them. Has a nice rubber butt pad, which does wonders for the 223 round. I've also had and use a quick detachable bipod for this. Don't have it on there right now. Just a cheapo, but works real well with this caliber rifle for accuracy. I think this is a great training rifle. I think people need to think about 223s as an intermediate step in training for young ones. This should probably be their first centerfire rifle, in my opinion. Though people, myself included as a kid, tended to get something bigger like a 30-30, etc. This is a better choice overall. It's cheaper. Let them waste ammo. It's not going to cost a whole lot. Plus, you can reload it on the cheap. Again, good rifle, good ergonomics. Handles well. Again, it's a Savage. Good stuff. Trigger pull, people may complain about. It's not adjustable. Don't care. You don't need to learn to shoot with a super uber rifle. You need to shoot with the cheaper stuff, in my opinion, like I was raised, so that you'll appreciate the better stuff when you get it. The trigger on this is perfectly decent. I don't care what anybody says. I can shoot this just fine. I can hit anything at 100 yards I want, probably 200 just as well. We're talking 500, maybe not so much, but again, it's a 223. Here we go with the trigger. I think it's light enough. Works real well. Again, just a good general purpose rifle on the cheap. You can get it in other calibers. I think a 223 is a great choice for this rifle. Really glad I picked it up and I've enjoyed it greatly. Had no problems with it at all. Welcome your comments. MD Prepper out on the Savage Axis /Edge rifle in 223. Thanks.